Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the Mike Muldoon Podcast. Hope you're doing well. Yes, I am late. I'm actually recording this on Friday, so I'm a little late. I'm going to be honest with you. It's been a tough couple of weeks. Mentally, emotionally, I hate to say it. I'm not good with a lot of free time. I don't want to have free time. I just happen to have a lot of it, and I'm not good with a lot. I start overthinking things and questioning things. I've just been. I got to, like I say in this podcast, I don't come at you from this point of, hey, everything's amazing, and let me tell you how to be amazing. I just come from a point of, hey, everybody has challenges at times. Here's some ways to work through them. Here's some ways to deal with them. Let's try to be optimistic. Let's try to be positive. But look, everybody has a bad day, and if anybody tells you they don't, they're lying to you. Okay, it's just how we manage those days. But I got to tell you, it's been tough. I just feel a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, a lot of it put onto myself, because when I break it down to really what I'm stressing, I'm anxious about, it really in the global scheme of things, what's going on in the world, it's really nothing. But it might just be the product of having too much free time and a lot of worries, doubts. You're getting older, you start looking back anyway. So it's been a hard week for me. But like I said, part of my podcast is talking about myself as well and sharing with you, because I don't want to come at you from a point of view as, hey, everything is great, my life's amazing. Let me tell you to get there. It's just sometimes you have a day, sometimes you have a week, whatever it is. But the key is to just keep moving forward. I don't know how many people are familiar with Charlie Mackesy. He's got this phenomenal artwork. And anyway, I saw one that really, really kind of reminded me of something. It's this picture of this young boy, and he's with these animals, and we'll talk a little bit more about his artwork about. And the boy basically is saying something like, "What have I actually achieved?" And the response from the animals was basically, "You got up and carried on," which is brave and magnificent. And it's true. It's that kind of message that it lands differently depending on where you are in life. But some days it's just words. But I think some days it's a lifeline. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So again, Charlie Mackesy, he's a British artist. He was an illustrator. He's an author, best known for his best-selling book, which actually originally started in social media. It's called The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. And his work is really characterized by its real simplicity. It's got a lot of warmth, and it's very deep. It's emotionally resonant. Often just touching on themes of kindness, resilience, and self-acceptance. And it really gained widespread recognition for, again, these heartfelt drawings which he first started on social media. And if you haven't seen them, they're just amazing. It's amazing. It shows you what a talented writer this man is, because in just a few words, he just gets across so much. And again, if you haven't seen the book, The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse, it was published, I think, back in like 2019 or something like that. It also became a movie, and I believe it won a short film, and I think it won an Academy Award. But again, his illustrations are usually just like these handwritten illustrations, really just sort of sketches. And again, just this warmth and this gentleness next to him that it's really, really inspiring. But what I want to talk about is again, in that last one, sometimes you got to get up and you got to carry on. And that's sometimes all it needs to be. We live in a world sometimes where we're just constantly questioning ourselves. What's going on? How come I haven't done this? How come I'm not here? Days when we feel like we're standing still while the rest of the world is moving forward, or just seemingly chaotic. There's these days where we feel like that little boy in Mackesy's illustration, unsure, exhausted, wondering if, what we've done has mattered at all. I think especially as you get older, you start looking back on that, right? This modern world puts so much weight on productivity and accomplishments and progress. We celebrate milestones, promotions, and big wins. But what about those quieter victories? Those mornings where we have to drag ourselves out of bed despite just feeling overwhelmed. Those moments when we keep going despite doubts whispering in our ears like not to. These are achievements too. They may not be big, but they are. This is bravery in every day. Not every day is about big wins. Some days the bravest thing we can do is simply get up and try again. We keep moving. Even if we're unsure of the path, we keep believing. Even in self-doubt, when it clouds our minds, we just keep going. I've often talked about resilience, but it always isn't loud. Sometimes it's silent and it's unassuming. It's found in the small, unseen moments, the decision to keep going despite fear, uncertainty, and of course, exhaustion, which, to be honest with you, that's what I've been feeling lately. But I push on. And this is magnificent. The thing of it is, if you feel this way, you're alive. You're alive. Because I feel like when you're here, it's because you want to live your life. You want a life. You're just not going through the motions. So if today feels like a struggle, if you're questioning your progress or doubting your worth, just remember this: you got up. You carried on. That is brave. That is magnificent. And sometimes that is enough. Mackesy's work really just reminds us of the power of the simple truths, how small acts of courage within ourselves and compassion can make all of the difference. So if you haven't seen it, again, his artwork, it's just often described as this comforting embrace. It just offers encouragement to those who just may feel lost and struggling. So again, January, I don't know what January's done. Everybody just says, well, it's January, and it may be. I don't know. I don't like to buy into things like that, but it's been one of my months. It's been one of my harder months. But I get up, I'm not going to lie. It's days where I'm like, man, I just want to go back to bed, but I get up and I just keep trying to work through it. And, the brain racing sometime and anxiety an all-time high, but I got to keep pushing forward because I know there's better days. I know they're coming, and again, when I look at my life's actually really good. Maybe I just put too much on myself. Anyway, thanks so much for being here. Hey, listen, my book dropped today on Amazon. Okay. If you get a chance, take a look at it on Amazon, share it with somebody who might need it. It's 5 basic keys to living a successful in-between. There is life, there is death, but it's everything in between that really matters. Pretty simple book for you all to get through. Anyway, I'd appreciate your support. So you can check that out on Amazon. You can find it either through the title there. You can look it through my name. Other than that, I wish you all the best. And I am proud of you if you're here. And if you've been pushing through and you've been struggling a little bit, you know what? That is magnificent. That is a win. You are strong, because it is so easy to feel great and confident and all that wonderful stuff and get up and do everything you got to do when you're not feeling this way, when you're not maybe feeling down or sad or whatever it is. It's always easy to do that stuff, but it's when you're being tested, when you're being challenged, that it really matters, and that's where the growth comes from. So listen, it's already Friday, and I hope you have a great weekend. Hopefully, the weather gets better for everybody. And as always, I got nothing but love for you.